Imagine being on the hunt for a new job, only to find that the labor market is more challenging than ever. The harsh reality is that it's never been tougher to find work in America, and the numbers are stark. New data reveals a fourth consecutive month of sluggish job growth, pushing unemployment to its highest level since the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic in late 2021. But here's where it gets even more concerning. Companies are not only struggling to cope with inflation and economic uncertainty, but are also increasingly turning to artificial intelligence to replace human workers, all while boasting about their rising profits. And this is the part most people miss. Some executives are actually celebrating sizable layoffs as a victory, touting the benefits of a leaner and more efficient workforce. But is this really something to be proud of? As the economy continues to grapple with the fallout from tariff uncertainty, stubbornly high inflation, and the rising adoption of AI, it's clear that the labor market is facing a perfect storm of challenges. The consequences are far-reaching, with many workers facing an uncertain future. But what's driving this trend, and how can we mitigate its effects? On one hand, the shift towards AI can bring about greater efficiency and productivity. But on the other hand, it raises important questions about the role of human workers in the economy. Is it morally justifiable for companies to prioritize profits over people? Or do we need to rethink our values and find a more balanced approach? As we navigate this complex issue, it's essential to consider the potential consequences of our actions. Will we see a future where workers are forced to adapt to an ever-changing job market? Or can we find ways to create more stable and secure employment opportunities? The answer is not clear-cut, and it's an issue that sparks intense debate. Do you think companies have a responsibility to prioritize their workers' well-being? Or is it every business for itself? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this contentious issue. As the labor market continues to evolve, one thing is certain. We need to have a nuanced and informed discussion about the future of work in America. So, let's dive into the details and explore the implications of this trend. With the economy still recovering from the pandemic, the last thing workers need is more uncertainty. Yet that's exactly what they're facing, as companies struggle to cope with the challenges of inflation, economic uncertainty, and trade policy whiplash. The result is a labor market gridlock, where workers are finding it tougher than ever to secure new jobs. But what's behind this trend? And how can we break the deadlock? As we delve into the numbers, it's clear that the situation is more complex than it initially seems. With companies shifting tasks to AI and pulling in higher profits, it's tempting to see this as a straightforward win-win. But the reality is that this trend has far-reaching consequences, from the impact on workers' livelihoods to the potential for increased inequality. So, what's the way forward? Do we need to rethink our approach to work and find new ways to create secure and stable employment opportunities, or can we find ways to mitigate the effects of AI adoption and economic uncertainty? The debate is ongoing, and it's an issue that requires careful consideration and nuanced discussion. As we move forward, it's essential to prioritize the well-being of workers and find a balanced approach that benefits both businesses and individuals. But for now, the future of work in America remains uncertain, and it's up to us to shape the conversation and find a way forward.